What's up guys, it's William Jones. If you saw my title on this video, Billionaire taught me how to work out, congrats, I got you. It was completely clickbait. No billionaire has ever told me how to work out, but I have been around a lot of really successful people and wanted to tell you one of the most important things that I've seen that I had to implement all my life on being in shape and energy levels. So I just got done working out. It's Memorial Day. I purposely wore a cutoff shirt, which I would never wear because I'm skinny. I have been skinny my entire life, except for a given point of time. And in no way nor means do I think that I look physically like buff or anything like that. It's actually quite the opposite. I've always been really skinny, and I've been working out almost every single day for 3 years, and I still look like this. More than likely, you could work out as much as me and eat Fruit Loops and be more buff than I am and look better. But if you've watched any of my other videos, I always do them in weird segments and not in the studio because time management's important to me. If I'm not in a weird area, then I'm spending time with my family or the business. So let's just jump into it. The thing that I've seen has been so apparent in every single person that is successful, who has accumulated a lot of wealth or created a lot of value, is their energy levels. And what I mean by that is that they are very energetic. They can work up to 20 hours a day for a long period of time with the same energy and enthusiasm. That's not something I had. I always grew up skinny. And throughout the course of my life, I always thought I was a little bit smarter than the average person. And in my mind growing up, it was, I don't need physical force. I'll just figure out a way to do it. And what that did was it gave me some really bad habits that I succumbed to a lot of my desires of my body, as in staying lazy, procrastinating, and doing different things like that. And I've torn the labrum in my left hip like 6 times, and I have an impingement in my left. And at one point, I got where I couldn't really walk. And the doctor told me, I think this was 6 years ago, that I had to have surgery pretty quick or it was gonna close up and I was gonna have to have hip replacement surgery. I did not. But what I did was I let that go into my mind and said, you know, I can't go work out, I can't run, I can't stay physically fit. And what that did to me was, I mean, of course I got out of shape, but the worst thing that happened to me was I lost my energy levels, my stress tolerance, and my enthusiasm consistently day to day. I'll never forget my brother and I forgot how old I was, but we used to deer hunt a lot. I used to hang bow stands. We'd climb up the tree, hang the stands, and I'd do like 10 a day and it'd be nothing. And I did one, and I remember getting back into the Jeep and going, man, what am I gonna be like when I'm 30? Well, the very next day, I went with the mentality that, hey, I don't care if my leg breaks, if my hip breaks off the socket, I'm not gonna be like this anymore. And so I started working out consistently, and then about 3 years ago, got in pretty good shape after that. But the thing that I really learned, and if you watch any of my videos, it goes through the same thing. It's all about attention and focus. I've never been able to just work out for vanity or just for looks or anything like that. And I'm sure a lot of people do, and there's good reason behind that. But me, I always had to stay in shape for a certain reason. For a while, it was golf, to swing the fastest, to hit the ball really far. And then it really evolved towards what I really needed when I was married with kids was stress tolerance, energy, enthusiasm in a consistent manner, and especially with work. And that's really what I work on whenever I go and work out. And that's what a lot of people, especially younger people, like I'm a millennial, I'm 31 years old, is that we lack upon, is that we lose that ability. You know, your body has adapted over God knows how long, and it has certain desires. And it has a lot of physical desires that if you don't stress it and you don't cause it anxiety and cause it, you know, you kind of lose it. And what ends up happening is it's just like anything else, you start giving into it more and more and more. And in business and life and everything like that, emotional control and stress tolerance is the utmost importance. It's really correlated directly to how successful you are in anything, whether it be a relationship, a business, a sport. And that's really what working out really gives. And I really learned this from David Goggins. Before, I would just work out just for, you know, energy levels and just to kind of not get fat. And I wanted to be able to preserve my body so that when my kids are older, that I can still have a pretty good functioning body and do the things I want to do. But then after I started listening to him, it really made sense to me that a lot of the things in my own life that I gave into, and a lot of the instances when I reacted subconsciously and wasn't able to react consciously, was because I had not practiced being in that state to where my body is stressed, my mind is stressed, and then pushing through it. And if you go through some of my courses like clienteling or like planning and stuff for sales, it's one of the most important things. And it's something that I see more sales people and more business people lacking than anything is stress tolerance and emotional management. And That's really why I like to work out. I go to a place in D1 called D1 in Little Rock, and I like to go there and I literally try and pass out every single time I go. I'm sure it has terrible benefits on your body and your health, but what it does is I try and get my mind in a set point to where I literally want to give up. And when that does happen, I say, okay, this is where I really want to be. Because most people never get there. And what I mean by that is that they don't get there on purpose. They get there just living in the matrix. Most of the times those moments happen when you're about to be in a car wreck, you know, when you're about to have a blow up at work, when you and your wife are about to get into a fight, when something really when pressure's really applied on your life. And to the average person, you're not practiced for that and you're not conditioned for that. It's the same thing with any single sport. Imagine if you went into a baseball game and you'd never swung a bat, you'd never taken batting practice. You went and played golf and you never practiced. You went through anything and never practiced. And what really separates people in success in everything is their ability in those pressure moments to stay in control. It's not so much that they perform well under control, it's that they stay under control of themselves, is that you don't overreact, you don't cower in fear. You don't have to be the best in that situation, you just have to tolerate yourself in that situation. And those are the things that I think I've learned from more people that they regret going through their life, saying things they wish they could have said, being a little bit more confrontational to really say what you really mean, and being able to stand up for yourself. And when you're in that fight or flight mode, choose to at least stand your ground. You don't have to fight, you don't have to flight, but just being able to where you're not just subconsciously going through that action. And the biggest difference is that if you practice staying in there, when those things happen and you can feel your body wanting to run away, but you're conditioned to staying that and staying in control of your body. And you can, I'm not saying you're gonna perform well in every one of those situations, but you can recognize that, wow, this is just like the other day. I know what state my body's in. Now I can make a rational decision on that. So same thing with my diet, workout, everything else like that. It's nothing about how I look. How I look, even if I look a little bit fit or anything, is just a side effect from me working out my mind and trying to stay in control of my emotions and my stress levels, because this is something I really lacked when I was a kid and really learned later in my life. So if you'd like to check out my free online website, I have sales courses, online courses in business, sales. I'm dressed up in a suit. I'm actually in a studio with a real camera and different things like that. I give all these things away for free. And all that I ask is that you follow me on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. Like I said, check out my free online website, ivyuniversities.com, and watch out for more videos. Thanks.